Hello gamer, welcome. How are you today? Hanging in there, I get that. Yeah, I'm alright. I had a day off today. I got a call back from a place where I applied for a job and they want to interview me on Monday, so that's gonna be exciting. But, roller coaster of emotions yesterday. Thank you. Alright, let's get cracking. So I want to finish this all today. I am sure a talented person like yourself is needed all over the realm, and so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been the only friend he has had for some time. I considered journeying to the Crystarium myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If you would go in my stead, it would put my heart at ease. Fine. We'll go look in on annoying Catboy. Update 6.1 is gonna come out next Tuesday, which means, and that one will bring, the ability to New Game Plus Endwalker. Yeah, he was! So, I don't need to rush through it or anything. We're not gonna get to Endwalker before the update comes out. But it's just nice to know that now it's finally here so I don't have to keep delaying, you know? Because I had no idea when it was gonna come out. It could have come out in like 3 weeks or something like that. They had a vague notion of when it would come out, but now there's finally a set date. Lubric's customary seat is empty, and there's nothing to suggest he has occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing. Looking for Master Reek, are we? Huh, I dare say you're the only one. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was moping about like someone had shot his Amaro. I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. Calucia, right? You're Luric's partner. I was with Lambert, remember? Was, I ought to stress, cause after we left you, we headed straight to Raktika. We'd heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Lambert wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Lambert fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Wicked white, I still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Lambert rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened to warn them off to hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles, and not a one of them has returned. Didn't expect Lurik to be one of them neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Raktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume? Good luck, friend, but have no doubt that you're going to your doom. I'm really going to have to pull Catboy out of the fire. Lurik, the Mistel Lordling. If he ain't sat at his usual table, then I've no idea where else to look. Well, Raktika it is. Nope. No Lahi, because we're at night. Fuck. Lahi? One for good measure. Oh no. Catboy. Don't die. Oh, he's just dejected. Lahi? Toshe, why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... Oh yeah, I looked up the meaning of Andrea, and I think it's something like fortitude. Which makes sense for her character. Renda Ray, if aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. I have come to lay your soul to rest, alone, as you yourself faced Balam Quits a century ago on this very ground. Lambert, oh gods, no! Oh, she's making sin eaters of people to recreate her old party. Wow! Don't tell me. You beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Aye, I thought as much. Wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours, though I can't understand why you kept using it every time we ran into Andrea. I can't control when it happens. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She turned Lambert and those other hunters into sin eaters like herself. A Hume axeman, a Galgian swordsman, a dwarven healer, an elven mage. Looked awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balam Quits. But Renda Ray slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? God strike me down, I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said, Dwashe. I've regretted my behavior ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. Character growth, baby. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. It's fine. Water under the bridge. Thank you, my friend. I hope it is alright if I call you that. Right then. Andrea should be around here somewhere. Still on the hunt for Balam Quits, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I'd not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do. Renda Ray most of all. She is my hero. And if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone, and I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What say you? Ha! I ask for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. But before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let us return to Gate Town and let Miss Olvara know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come here unless she sent you. Catboy development moments. Well done. Poor little Meow Meow. Dwashe, what a pleasure to see you again, and in the company of little Reek, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes, and it is all thanks to you. Had you not implored her to give me another chance, I might as well be sitting alone in the swamp, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought her out on your own, but I'm glad that you did. Miss Olvara is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Dwashe, as I can tell you're about to do, know that I've prepared a hearty meal just for her. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united, Rika and Dwashe are unstoppable. Is what I would like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. 'Twould be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You two should see to it that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. pour some tea. No, it's not showing up on the mic. Twashe, my friend, my partner. I trust you are ready. Good, good. That is very good indeed. For before we depart to face Andrea for what I praise the final time, I have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Do tell. You must be terribly crestfallen, I'm sure. It is my deepest regret that I allowed you to labor under the misapprehension that we were equals for so long. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. He's playing literal devil's advocate for himself. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers, where before we might have only to contend with the one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Elvira while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you Rendare's greatest strength and weakness, her preternatural hearing. We can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud sound at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I may make up for with guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. A thousand pardons, Master Reek, but I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy, what does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter, and have brought terrible shame upon your family's name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and mother the following, that I am Lurik, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they seem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents, that I have no family save Miss Elvira, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right, now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsmen of the crystalline mean at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Drachet. I never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. Oh yeah, I don't recall if I said it before, but like the Warriors of Light's crystals that we keep picking up after we kill the Sin Eaters their Sin Eater form, that is what we showed to the craftsman at the bottom of the Tempest, so he could craft the light. So that is why you have to do that before the end. What's all this then? You got something what needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sand. Aye, I think I've got just the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go and fetch them for me. To fetch? What precisely is it you require? Well, there is this one particular beastie native to Calusia what's got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you like. To wit, I will need to travel to the far corners of Norvend and back. Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I... No more excuses. I will do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Time to chill out. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. That gentleman was rather accommodating, despite being somewhat put out that I had not any guild to pay him for his labor. He was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess that, despite being utterly exhausted by all this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let us put an end to her tale, my friend, and in so doing write the opening of ours, that of Rika and Duache, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and glory await. Let's go, Rick. Come on, Lahi. Lahi! I can just, in my mind, I can hear the automaton. If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of the gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's past. This really could not be a worse time. Okay, let's go. There they are. Well, are you still with me in the here and now? Yep. Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Rendare the peace a hero deserves. Bring down the sass, little kitty cat boy. I'll distract Andrea with the noisemaker arrow. Seize the opening to strike. It worked! It really worked! I can't believe it! Huh? Are they defending her? Damn it, we'll have to deal with them first. God damn you, Lambert. I'm sorry you're dead, but you don't have to be such a bloody ass about it. Leave me alone, Lambert! It's so funny he keeps running around. Hello? Can you attack me, sir? What the fuck? Huh? That's it. Only 2 more. I'll draw off Andrea. You handle the knight. Don't go that glory! I'm gonna have to remove that plot after this. Oh, I'm gonna grief. Now, Duashe, now's our chance. Help me. You alright? Heads up, arrows incoming. Just us and Andrea now. It's time for Reek and Duashe to write a new legend for the ages. Rest in peace, Rendaray. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta go to Twitch. Gotta get rid of that stupid spam bot. Get banned, bitch. Alright. Back to this. We won! Even seeing it and saying it hardly feels real. Huh? What's that you got there? Wicked, wait, you're... You're Rendaray, the real Rendaray. I should never have betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balam quits, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together, no matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny remainder in a final, futile effort, even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more? What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask. I don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. Thank you, Dwache. I could never have gotten this far without your help. I have no idea who Rendaray or any of the other warriors of light truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all the easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping to lay Rendaray's soul to rest. Miss Elvira is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Calusia and let her know we're all right. Lahi! One for the road. My little Reek, Dweshe! Congratulations on a job well done. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Renda Ray to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you a villain, even still. But at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Renda Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was. And, more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. If you say so, Reek. Andrea's bounty has been paid in full to us, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. No more yucky eating noises. I've been meaning to ask, Dwashe, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood. Wicked white. It must have taken her so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of a desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds, her comrades. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Renda Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others, without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I am a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I have been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of sterner stuff, Dwashe, far sterner than me, and that is why I know I can never walk your path. Do you wish you could? How could I not? I cannot recall a time where I have felt happier and more alive than when I traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Olvara used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become, made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone and in squalor. I have decided it will not be so. I shall return to Calusia and attend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. That is sweet. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear this celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension, of the glorious partnership that was Rick and Dwache, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Clusia, however, do come and pay us a visit. Okay, guy. Last minute redemption, baby! Oh, big stretch. Ugh. Alright. Time for the best quest. The healer quests. Yeah. Hello. Glug, 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 glug. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a dwarf mid-flagon? Not even a proper greeting, neither. Look here. Lally-ho, the name's Giot. Lally-ho. See, now that's a greeting. Lally-ho's aside, just who are you, anyway? I dare say I'd remember someone like yourself if we'd ever met. You're from the same strange land as the Crystal Exarch, you say? Well, well, well. He's an odd sort, the Exarch is. He knows things, right? And he's got some sort of mystical power. Don't suppose you're the same, are you? Because I could use someone with powers the likes of which this world has never known. I'm hunting sin eaters, you see. Well, one in particular. A healer and not half bad at the job, eh? I like your confidence. And I wish I could take your word for it, since you sound like just what I'm looking for. But I have to ask you to prove it. There's no need for that. Listen here, the Sin Eater I hunt ain't your average abomination. You can't blame me for wanting to make sure that I'm not leading you to your grave. That would be bad for the both of us. So get yourself on over to the Forest of the Lost Shepherd, and we'll see what you've got. Okay, Giot. Giot is also my favorite quest NPC from the role quests. But maybe I am biased because I did the healer quests first. Hehe. Oh, Dwache, glad you found the place alright. Now for the prey. That'll do. Now just take a deep breath and... Hey, your mother was a hobgoblin and you ain't much to look at neither. Come here and face me, you craven shite! Though Geod lies prone, the creature appears indisposed to cease its rampage. It seems that it will have to be dealt with. Oh boy. There we go. I am healing Geot. Ah, see? That wasn't so bad. I reckon that I broke 3 or so ribs and at least 1 femur there, but my bones feel fine just now. Better than before, actually. And that beast gave you no trouble. Seems that you're just what I'm looking for after all. You have no sense of self-preservation. We can talk about the rest back at the Crystarium over a drink or 3. The folks at the Wandering Stairs know how to keep 'em coming. Meet me there. So small. Glug 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 glug. There ain't nothing like a flagon of ale after a well-earned victory. Did you hit your head? Oh yes, and hard. That beast gave me a trouncing. Really exceeded my expectations. As did you. Ha! Whatever you want to call what we just did, doing it helped us understand each other sure enough. I've seen that you're a masterful fighter, and you learned that I'm fearless as stone. So a fellowship is forged. Now that I'm sure you won't get yourself killed, I can tell you about the Sin Eater I'm after. It's one of the so-called cardinal virtues, Sophrosine, and it's a nasty piece of work. Each of the virtues looks like one of those fools who brought the flood upon us, but this one takes after the worst of the bunch, Lamit, disgrace to all dwarven kind. Knowing that one of our own people was a warrior of light is bad enough, but Sophrosine being out there, looking all dwarf-like, well, it don't help matters, accursed thing. The Council of Elders, they don't want to live with the shame of Lamit's sins no more, so the head of the council, the most elder, stay with me here, gave me this job. Hunt down Sophrosine, slay it. See that it don't keep sullying our good name. I'm our strongest warrior, so if anyone's going to do it, it has to be me. That's fine, I'm more than up for a contest of might. The problem I'm having, though, is that Sophrosine keeps healing itself, and, well, deeply annoying. I suppose it's because Lamit herself was some kind of master of the art, but Sophrosine's healing is so powerful that no matter how hard I whack it, I can't leave a scratch. To make matters worse, it also flies around, carefree as you please, resurrecting other sin eaters. We'll be up to our eyeballs in them forever if we can't do something about those curative powers. That's where you come in, right? Lamit doesn't deserve your scorn, you know. Listen, I know you have your own ways, and that's just fine. But whether you care much for Dwarven honor or not, you have to agree that a sin eater that can raise its fellows from the grave is a danger to us all. As for Lamit, you should know that being a dwarf is about respecting tradition, and she never did. Never. You might not have heard, but the tales say that Lamit roamed the land without her helm. She willingly showed her face to those who weren't kin. She knew full well that it would dishonor her and us all, and she did it anyway. And then there's the part about bringing doom on all the world. Not one of our taboos, really, but it's generally frowned upon. And now she's back, face bare to the world, a sin eater. What could make a dwarf go so wrong? Ah, but we have ale to drink and sin eaters to hunt, in that order. You healed my body sure enough, but I'll need a few more flagons to restore my vigor, and by a few, I mean about 100. Come and find me later. Rude, rude, bad attitude. Giot also needs some growth. Gloop, 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 gloop. Who are you? You looking at me? You got something to say? Got you, eh? Ha! Of course I remember my new partner. And I ain't drunk neither. I'm a dwarf. It'll take more than, well, however much I had to get me under the table. And now you know one more thing about me. This'll only strengthen our fellowship, I'm sure. But we'll need more than just a sense of camaraderie if we're out to take down FFXIV. So I'm thinking we should start with observation. Get you a look at its healing powers. Let you see what we're dealing with. Now, this is the perfect place to overhear the right sort of information if you listen. Don't get the wrong idea. I don't let it get in the way of no important drinking, but I do pay attention. Anyway, what I heard is that FFXIV has been spotted in Calusia. Then I remembered, there's a little pub over in Stilltide, the Leaky Keel it's called, and they make a decent brew. Some of the folks there should be able to point us in the right direction. Final Fantasy is a game about grabbing characters and dragging them kicking and screaming into character development. Look, 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 look! Just what are you looking at? Fine, fine, no need to give me that murderous stare. I know what you're thinking. That Giot, you think to yourself, always drinking and lounging about and drinking some more. What a sluggard, what a drunkard. What a magnificent beard! Oh, I wish I had a beard like that. Yes, I know. You don't need to explain yourself to me. We really should work on finding you a sense of humor. Maybe deal with that after FFXIV. It might take a while. Anyway, you'll be happy to hear that while I was waiting, I got my hands on some prime information. Also, some excellent wine, No, information first. Right, so, according to the local fisherfolk, quite a few sin eaters have turned up near the Bright Cliff recently. I suggest we go there and kill as many as we can find. We can't say for sure where Sophrosine will appear next, but if it's in the area, it won't pass up a chance to revive its fallen friends, right? And while we're at it, you can vent some of that pent-up rage you've got. Don't need to be pretty so long as the job gets done. Just make sure to find me again before Sophrosine shows up, you hear? Okay. I didn't really care for Thancred in A Realm Reborn. They only had to, like, drag him through the most traumatic thing in his life for me to begin to like him. I only need a little tragedy and loss, baby. I'm not that hard to please. Same with Urianger. Though, I did see a really funny post that I'd forgotten about that happens in one of the missions between Realm Reborn and Heavensward, where Thancred is like, oh yeah, I have all these connections, all these people I'm like kind of flirting with, so I'm gonna cash in on those connections and I'm gonna get us resources. And then everyone shows up at the same time, at the same place, and they just start a massive fight about him. And this all happens in front of the person that he's kind of like into, has always been into. And that is just very, very Thancred, you know? Epic fail guy. That's perfect. The person who posted it was like, yeah, this all just happens in front of the MILF he wants to bank. That's so funny. Hello, Giot. That should do it. Now we wait to see if Sophrosine shows itself. Over in those bushes, say? And I've got the wine right here. He is a whole mess and then some. He needs to go to therapy. There she is. There, that's it. Yes. See, it revived the other one. Oh. Hey, what's wrong? Magical flashback powers, let's go! What a lonely place to die. The world outside is even worse than I feared. Is someone there? You're alive? Well, why didn't you say so? I can't do much for the dead, but the living, that's a whole other matter. Bird. I can't believe it. All of my wounds healed. Thank you, kind stranger. You sure are lucky that I passed by. You really might have died, you know. You'll hear no argument from me. I was a fool. The thought that the hobgoblin I was after might have friends lying in wait never so much as crossed my mind. I shouldn't have been out here all alone. With your magic to keep me fighting, though, their numbers wouldn't pose such a problem. What do you say? You don't look to have a party of your own yet, and I could certainly use a man like you on my side. What? I am no man, you unripened gourd. Why, I've never been so insulted in my life. Let me tell you what's what. I am Lamit, proud daughter of the Thol family, and if I catch you mocking me again, I'll put you right back the way I found you, you hear? Yes, ma'am. I certainly didn't mean to offend. The beard misled me, you see. Hee. I love her so much. And that's that. Look, Ardbert, treasure! You certainly look the hero. Now let's see you act like one. Oh, they were the first of the friends. Hello, Dwache. Hey, you, honorless lout, half-empty flagon, spindly-looking gobshite. Your mother was a hob and your face looks like a newborn's ass. What is the matter with you? I thought that a refreshing round of insults would snap you out of it, and it did. Not my fault that if you can't appreciate an exercise in creative wordplay. Are you sure your mother ain't a hob? Fine, fine, never mind. At least we got what we came for. And you didn't miss much. After Sophrosine brought the other Eater back to life, they both floated off to who knows where. But what happened to you? You saw Sophrosine. No, the real Lamit's past? Ha! I knew you'd have some kind of weird power. Sounds to me like what you witnessed was the beginning of Lamit's journey right after she left home. It's odd. You say she was wearing her helm, and she helped out that injured traveler just like any dwarf of honor would do. Maybe she wasn't born a monster, but then... It don't sit right with me neither, but standing about wondering about it won't do nothing but make us thirsty. We're done here, so let's go back to the Crystarium. I love reading the dialogue. Hey, another parallel between Dwache and Ardbert. We're both working together with a spunky little dwarf. I'm glad. Ardbert's part of me now. like a little puzzle piece. Click back in there. Glug glug glug. Ah, there ain't nothing like a flagon of ale after a job well done. Don't give me that look. I did stuff this time. You saw. And you also saw Sophrosine work its magic. But since you haven't said nothing about it yet, I'm guessing you didn't have no sudden revelations about how to stop it. Don't worry. I didn't expect you to solve my whole problem just like that. I only need you to remember what you saw today. Keep it in your mind. Then maybe something will come to you when you're working your magic elsewhere. Me, I like to think while I drink. It's the most efficient way. So you can find me here if you need me. I'll let you know when I have a plan. Look, 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 look. Ah. Lally-ho! Looks like you've been training hard. In fact, your muscles are so much bigger. It's almost like there's 3 of you. Yes, I'm joking, as you know, but you do seem stronger. I don't suppose you came up with a clever plan for stopping Sophrosine while you were at it? Giot definitely has some problems. Might need to work on that. Don't worry, I have another test in mind that'll get us some more information. Then we'll be better set to think of something. We'll be killing Sin Eaters again, but this time you're healing them, well, trying to anyhow. I don't expect it to work. Sin Eaters ain't like us, or like any sort of normal creature. But by seeing your healing magic fail to heal him, we should learn why it don't work. And then maybe we can figure out what's so different about Sophrosine. I've heard from folks passing through that stray Sin Eaters find their way to Amarang pretty often. Meet me at Mortsuk, and be ready for carnage. I love the little dwarf helms, though. It's so cute. With the eyes and a little beard. It's adorable. Look, 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 look. Ugh. You know, I heard that the liquor here ain't fit to drink, but it's not half bad. Gets the job done, and with a real kick. Oh, I know what you're thinking. That Giot, always downing one ale after another, you think to yourself. And so good at it, too. I'm uncontrollably jealous. I just can't take it anymore. And then you weep, you quietly weep on the inside. I'm sympathetic, I am. But my drinking is important. No, indispensable. Dwarfs get fiercer the more they drink. Really fuels the fire within. I can see you don't believe me. Fine, you leave me no choice. I'll show you. I'll go on ahead and dice some Sin Eaters in the time it takes you to finish off this moored swill here. Just gulp that down and come and find me, southeast of here. You'll see. Oh boy. A half-finished bottle of alcohol, apparently purchased by Giot, sits on the mat. The local concoction within is a deep brown, and from it wafts a stench that can only be described as atrocious. Drink the mort swill? Yeah! Insta-die. You hold your nose and gulp down the remaining liquid. At first you taste only an unfathomable rancidity, but you then note the aftertaste. It's the flavor of regret with a hint of feet. Amazing! You finished! Of all non-mort customers, only you and Dwarf ever drink so much. All the debuffs. Well, Giot paid for it. Can't let it go to waste. See? Your average sin eater's no match for me. Not with the power of tradition and alcohol on my side. As a matter of fact, I put down another before I got around to this one here, but I did the job a bit too well. Really mangled the thing. It was pretty gross, flattened in all the wrong places with bits poking out and the like, so I got it out of here. Anyway, you get the idea. I drink a lot, I kill stuff. You have to admit that it's an effective strategy. And now that we've got our Sin Eater patient, you can try out your healing on it. Go on. As we thought. Nothing. Did you figure out the why of it? I think it was never really alive to begin with. You're right on that one. Sin Eaters may look like people or beasts, but it's like they're just pretending. They're not truly alive. Only the light drives them, keeps them going like winding an automaton. And healing magic ain't meant for restoring life to something that didn't have none to begin with. But if Sophrosine's powers ain't like the healing magic we know, what is it? I also wonder why it didn't come and revive this one. Is it just too far away to take notice? Then again, I never heard tell of it appearing at Holminster Switch neither, and so many Sin Eaters got killed there that you think it would take note eventually. So why only resurrect some Sin Eaters and not others? This is all too much thinking, not enough drinking. To the Crystarium. That's a good question. Sophrosine, I think... I looked it up, but it was like a bunch of things. It was like... pretty much like good qualities, like temperance, like virtue, stuff like that. Which I do think fits limit. I enjoy etymology. If that is the right word. Glug 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 glug. The mort stuff's alright, but this here is fine ale. At least that's what my body tells me, and I always listen. That's how I keep my muscles primed and my spirits high. Speaking of, would it kill you to relax a little? Being so serious all the time can't be good for you, and the silent staring just makes you seem morose. We won't kill Sophrosine any faster for not drinking, that's for sure. Nothing comes easy to sober folks. And that's why I need a few more in me before I can really get to work figuring out why Sophrosine does what it does. I keep feeling like I'm missing something obvious, but... Well... Glug 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 glug. Lally-ho! I'd ask if you're here for a drink, but I know you ain't. You've got that serious look about you, as usual. I've got my usual here too. My 5th round of it, in fact. Ha! Why so few, you ask? Well, I stepped away for a while to do some research, but that Morin bloke kicked me right out of the cabinet of curiosity, and then banned me for life. Spill just a wee bit of meat on the books and he chases you out with the fury of 1,000 floods. That man could use a drink, if you ask me. Oh, my little mouse boy. What's the glare for? Don't tell me you're siding with Hinna over me. We're supposed to be partners. And after I worked so hard to find us new information on Sophrosine, drank so much, sat with those dusty tomes until not one but both of my buttocks went numb. So, did you find anything? You know, after what I went through at the cabinet, your complete refusal to acknowledge anything I do is kind of comforting, actually. Anyhow, I did get some new information from a reliable source, a drinking buddy of mine. Sophrosine was recently in the Raktika Greatwood. If we do some of our signature eater slaying in the forest, there's a chance we'll draw it out. I figure that sitting around thinking is getting us nowhere, and research can only take us so far. So why not? Maybe fighting it together will teach us something we couldn't learn otherwise. We can't kill it, but the two of us should be more than capable of getting a few whacks in and making an escape. I've fought it before and come away fine. Mostly. So that's the plan. Meet me at Slitherbow. Then we go a pummeling. Geode. Oh, you're here. Look. Ah. There you are. I didn't mention it earlier, but I've been looking for a Sophrosine. I've been here looking for Sophrosine before. I know almost everyone in Slitherbow, actually. Sure, they seem an odd lot at first, what with worshipping the darkness and all, but once you get to know them, share a few drinks, they're not bad folks. Make a fine wine too. Shame you can't get it anywhere else. Anyhow, they've been helping me out while I enjoyed the local spirits. Seems that Sophrosine shown itself in the blind forest of Ixmaya, east of here. Let us get out there and slay a few sin eaters each, like we did before. See if that brings it to us. I love the sound of that ability. It's very Mass Effect-y. Gravity. Ow. the lackey. I crave the lackey. Right, that looks good. Well, not good, but you take my meaning. Now we settle in and hope that Sophrosine's feeling charitable today. Yay! Where is it? I'm nearly out of wine. Oh, there! Don't forget, we still need to find out how it does what it does, so make sure you're watching, not just walloping. Watch closely. Wait for it. There. Why doesn't it fix the other one, though? Well, makes our lives easier, I guess. Charge! Take down the weakling first. Geode the Ale Forged. Ha! Ain't no match for us. Now for Sophrosine. Oh, shit! Sophrosine. How does it do that so fast? Right, divide and conquer. You take Sophrosine. It's working! Keep at it! Definitely. Take that, you! What? Did we do it? Of course not. Healing magic is so annoying. No offense intended. Magical flashback time, let's go! Toishe, oh, not again! So this is the Guardian. You excited, Lamit? Yes, of course. I've come this far, and I will claim the legacy of Ronka. Yeah, I know, right? We'll follow your lead, Lamit. I'll keep it busy. Ouch! Please tell me you're as soon I can fix this. Oh. Who? Ah! It's a big one. To me. Quickly. Nicely done, everyone. Don't know what's coming, but it can't be good. God, it's as if my strength is being drained somehow. You'll need to heal me. You did it! I'm alright. The statues, they're moving. I'll draw their focus. Meanwhile, say no more. Just keep them in one place. Tougher than I thought, but I'll get you yet. That's all of them. Now, let's finish this. Going for you, Limit. Come here. I get the feeling that you just saved my life again. We're so close. Hit it with everything you've got. Here we go. Everyone all right? All's well. Now, let's get what we came for. The lost restorative magic of Ronka. Can you sense the power in it? Yes, there can be no mistakes, Silva. This is it. And my only path is forward. Wise Guardian, in the name of the Royal House of Ronka, I implore you, grant me your knowledge. Limit. I did it! The spell is mine at long last. I can save my sister. And you will. We'll meet up with Brandon and Gilbert, and then we'll see you home. Hey, oh she of inferior beardliness, Eggface, Hop Daughter, get it together for Stone's sake. Seeing into the past is a nice trick and all, but could you maybe, oh, I don't know, wait until we're not in mortal peril next time? Driving Sophrosine away without pulverizing you in the bargain was no mean feat. If I weren't, well, we'd both be dead right about now. Oh, it's so tasty. Num 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 num. I eat that shit up. I hope you learned something worth the trouble, at least. So Lamit was after a spell from old Ronka. That could be the secret of Sophrosine's power, but it's hard to know for sure. Whatever Lamit did to pry those secrets out of the ruin was right complicated by the sounds of it, and she took the power with her. We need to think on how we can confirm what you saw. Maybe find out what the magic actually does. Yes, over a nice mug of ale. No, mead. No. Ale first, then mead. Lahi! Complimentary Lahi. Look, nothing goes down so well after a fight than ale. Ain't no higher truth in this world than that. Don't give me those. Oh, there goes Jihad, waxing philosophical about the ale again, Eyes. I'm doing this for your own good. It's plain that you've never had a proper education. It's like this. You pick the right booze for the right job. You've got your ale for before and after physical fights, of course, but you've also got mead for reading, wine for singing, and your hard liquor for those times where you need to tell some Hopson to go stick his head in the forge. Me, I'll be switching to the mead. I'm thinking I might find something about what happened to Lamit's sister if I look through my village's old annals. And hopefully I can get my hands on some historical records of Ronka. Morn be damned. I don't know what you'll be getting yourself into while I'm at it, but you make sure to bring the right drink for the job. I'll let you know when I've got something worth pursuing. Gloop, 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 gloop. There you are. I need meat. Yeah, you heard me. Lesh. More ale. More. Wait. Hey, you are the waitress. Oh, I know you want me to say something, but... Oh, I know you want to say something, but you won't. You think that'll just encourage me. Well, maybe that's what I want you to think. Or maybe, you know that's what I want you to think. All this time I thought I was annoying you, but actually... Nah, can't be. All this rubbish about lost civilizations must be getting to me. I've read a dozen histories, and I still don't know nothing about that magic of Lamit's. What I did find, though, is where she would have gone if she wanted to see her sister, and it's in Tomra. So, what do you say? Come and visit my home. I'll be waiting for you when you get there. I may have forgotten to tell Dwashe how to get here. That's unfortunate. Come to think of it, I ain't sure she can get here. The tunnel's only for dwarves and... Dwashe, where'd you come from? Teleported. So it was yous folks that got the ladder moving, huh? I can't believe you managed that. And didn't even tell me. Just when you think you know a person. Yes, that's a joke. Anyhow, the place I want to show you is just over there. Follow me. Nothing to worry about. This monstrosity came flying at my face, rudely I might add, when I unsealed the old tunnels. But everything's under control. As you can see, I gave it an old-fashioned dwarven decking. Old tunnels? Yeah, they're the reason I brought you here. Can't say I was expecting such a nasty welcome, but maybe I should have. Let me explain. We don't use it no more, but before the flood, dwarves lived in this place. Only the sick ones mind. In those days, there was this illness called stone blight. Turned your skin to stone bit by bit, and it was just a matter of time. A few months or a few years, until you were petrified completely. No one knew where it came from, but they did know that it was contagious, and so they locked them all up, here in the Blight Warrens. They needed to keep it from spreading, because there was no cure, not back then. Ah, good old Black Plague technique. Flashback time! Enjoy flashback time. More tea is needed. Limit! Was it not enough to leave without permission? Or to return unbidden, bringing these strangers into our home? You knew full well that entering the Blight Warrens is forbidden. How many of our traditions must you trample before you are satisfied? If you so refuse to respect your heritage, you have no place here. As head of the council, I hereby banish you. You are no longer a dwarf. Be gone and never return. Be gone! Have you lost your wits? Lamit just cured your people, her sister and all the others. She left your village to find a way to save them, and she did. She did what no one else would. Your words have no weight here, outsider. This is a dwarven matter. Silence. Silence! I will not be silent. You have no idea what Lamit has been through. That's enough, Artbert. Whatever my reasons, I did break our laws, and I did so knowing that this would be the result. I will accept my punishment. I will leave my dwarven pride behind today. Lamit! If Lamit is leaving, so am I. You probably didn't think much of us after you shoved us in there to die, but it was awfully hard to breathe. We all took our helms off. If Lamit is going to be banished for breaking our traditions, then I should be too. As the young lady says, none of us is perfect. It ain't right that Lamit should be the only one punished for it, especially seeing as she was saving us. Come on, exiles. We keep our faces plain for all to see, and our heads held high. Oh, everyone. Are you sure you're alright with this? We could go back. We could. Yeah, no problem. What, pummel the elder with your axe? I know you're not that fledgling adventurer who got knocked flat by Hobbs anymore. You could probably defeat even our strongest warriors. But forget it. We have more important things to worry about. We still haven't found what caused the illness in the first place. If it really is the Shadow Keeper again, well, you know what we have to do. If this is what it takes to save our world, I will give up my home and more, Artbert. And anyway, it's not all bad. I don't think I really understood before how beautiful it is out there. How nice the wind feels. It is nice, isn't it? And for what it's worth, I'm glad you're here, helmet or no. Artbert, thank you. Silva? What you up to, lady? Hey, hot daughter. Ugly. Look, I'm running out of insults here, and I'm starting to feel bad. Just wake up already. Finally. Well, that was harrowing. About as soon as you started doing your thing, that Sin Eater decided to rise from the dead. Though I suppose that's mostly my own fault for not dealing an extra blow or two just in case. Anyhow, what did you see? I knew it! I knew that Lamit was the one who cured Stoneblight. It had to have been. She saved all of them. And they exiled her for it. And the head of the Council of Elders. Oh, sorry, I suppose I wandered off. Got caught up in my own thoughts. Actually, can you give me a moment? Or maybe a while? I'm not sure what to think is all. I don't want to keep you from your other work, so see you later. Oh, hello there, Dwache. Lally-ho! mean, lolly-ho! Oh, and a lolly-ho to you! I'm impressed. You knowing to give me a lolly-ho just now shows that you've really picked up the finer points of dwarven culture. That really helped, thanks. I was so busy dwelling on that business with Lamit that I almost forgot the news I had for you about Sophrosine. Remember that Sin Eater I killed in the Blight Warrens? Well, while you were gone, Sophrosine showed up to revive it. Seeing that convinced me. I mean, you remember how I was wondering why Sophrosine doesn't revive every Sin Eater we take down, right? Well, we learned from your vision that the dwarves that Lamit cured of Stoneblight went into exile of their own volition. As you can see, the village was spared the worst of the flood, but the folks that left, well, probably weren't, which means Sophrosine is healing the same people Lamit did. I know! Right, it's the only thing that makes sense. Those poor souls couldn't go back to the village, so they got caught up in the flood. They became Sin Eaters, and Sophrosine is still saving them, even now. And that gave me an idea. As we figured before, Sophrosine ain't alive, but Lamit wanted so badly to heal those dwarves that it still followed suit, like a reflex its body can't forget. The last time Lamit saw those folks she healed, they were helmless, leaving their home for the last time. She probably never forgot the sight of them, and so Sophrosine goes around healing helmless dwarves to this day. You see the solution, right? Helms. So simple. It's brilliant. Isn't it just? Not as brilliant as my beard, maybe, but few things are. Now, whether clapping a helm onto Sophrosine will keep it from healing itself, I can't say. It'll depend on whether the thing sees itself as just another helmless dwarf. It don't seem to have much in the way of self-awareness, so I think it's worth a shot. Fortunately, we won't need to wait to find out. It came around not too long before you did, so if we kill the right sort of Sin Eater, it should still be close enough to notice. Let's get to it. I will say the same thing I said when we were doing the tank role quests, but I can't believe I care so much about the Warriors of Darkness / Light. Oh yeah, Dwesh is nice. Maybe to a fault. She could stand to be a little meaner. Yeah, they do. Shows you that they were just little guys. Just little dudes. Yeah, I think I found Lurik to be way more annoying than Giot. I think Giot is hilarious, but that's just my my sense of humor kind of leans into that. I also repeat jokes 10 times. Boom, 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 boom. Give myself a card. Boom, 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 boom. It's giving us real dubstep. Where the fuck are you? Oh, there you are. Alright, let's get cracking. Right. So we've got our eaters, we got our helms, and now we wait. Once Sophrosine shows up, we'll test out a helm on the bait first. That'll also save us from having to kill it over and over. I love that we're just always kneeling behind the barest, sparsest bushes that we can find here. This feels familiar. Dwache towers over it. Aha! At last! A bit less toppling over on your part this time, if you please. I'll try my best. Wait for it to be distracted with healing the other one. Then we strike. Now, charge! As I said, we'll try this on the Lesser Eater first. I'll give it a bit of a pummeling, and then you put it to sleep. That'll give me a chance to slip the helmet on. I doubt it'll take to napping mid-battle unless it's nearly ready to drop, so wait for my signal, you hear? It's time, Dwache. Cast Repose. Alright, let's get that ugly mark of yours covered up. Ha! Ain't that a sight? Look at it. It has a helmet on. I love it. Looks like it worked. It's not reviving the thing. Now we... Uh-oh. Lucky for us, I brought extra helms in case of emergencies. Duty failed? Oh no! GL died, I forgot to heal them. Oops. I completely forgot, I'm a healer. I'm silly. Let's skip this cutscene. Don't talk about it. Don't look at me. Alright, hurry up! I don't have all day. Charge! Yep, let's go! Let's not put that on Gia. Repose. Go to sleep. I'm a healer, but actually I'm a DPS machine. I'm a battle mercy. Oh, oops. It was an accident, GR. I love this just head is crammed awkwardly into a dwarven helmet, granting resistance to sleep. Alright, now we can— oh, wicked white, that's annoying. Are these ones maybe trying to protect it? Does some part of them remember? Well, no time to ponder that now. Helms away. See that? Go to sleep. Looks like they've stopped coming. Now we hit suffer scene with everything we've got. Perfect. Now, hold still. Ah! Oh, thanks. The helm got it even worse than I did just then, and that was our last one. I hate to say it, but this ain't going as well as I hoped. If we had even one more of that, one more helm, I could try again, but... Wait, we do have one more helm. Just the one! Aw, she's so cute! Well, well, looks like it's time to take this eater down, once and for all. Together. It's time, Blush. We can end this. Looks like I was right. No healing for you. Ha! Oh right, Lamit was a big damn hero. No surprise that she knows a few dangerous tricks. Come here, quickly! I knew you'd have my back. You don't scare me. I have a giant hammer. Here it comes. Try not to die. There's her crystal. Ha! Take that, you patsy bastard! What's that you got there, Dwashe? It's clipping into my hand. Some kind of crystal. Woo! Tradition wouldn't have saved her. That's why I left. I left and I traveled. I met Artbert. We found our companions, and together we searched. Are you her? Limit? Listen, I called you a disgrace before, and my journey was not an easy one. To save my sister, to save them all, I faced 1,000 foes. I know, I understand now, and I'm so... But as I did, I learned how wide this world is, how beautiful, how cruel, and how much I wanted to protect it. Perhaps it should have been easy on me then, to give up my home forever for a greater cause. It wasn't. It hurt so much. But you bore it. You forgave them. You survived. Yes, it hurt, but I survived. Because they were there. Because he was there. Artbert, you stubborn idiot. You sweet boy. You never did understand what you meant to me. No! I don't want to cry today. Rest well, Limit. You were the best of us. We did it. I can hardly believe it. Thank you. Ah. This calls for a drink at the Crystarium, don't you think? If that silence is you wondering if I want to go home, well, I can't. I showed my face to you, didn't I? Broke our rules. So I'm thinking I'll give Limit's way a try. Live proud as an exile, just like all the other folks that she saved. Aw, don't make that face. It's nothing that a little ale won't solve. You know, when I myself played Endwalker myself, I got a little misty-eyed at a part, but I didn't really cry. And then I watched a bunch of videos of streamers playing everything after I had finished, and I was like weeping. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen when I replay it. Glug 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 glug. Ah, that's the stuff. Can I help you? You're staring. Really staring. Do you know you're doing that? I'm glad you're here. Helm or no? Yeah, it is. It is a little bit. And I was just like, man, I just want to go through this story. I want to experience it so I can look at Twitter again and not be afraid of spoilers. That's why I finished it in 8 days. What? Are you sure? Because well... Oh, you're joking, aren't you? For a moment there, I thought, never mind. Anyway, there's something I've been wanting to tell you. First, well, you've been following along with my crazy plans this whole time. But I never really said how much I appreciate your help with Sophrosine. And Limit. Thank you. And I think you deserve to know something else, too. You know the elder who exiled Limit? That was my great-grandfather. He's remembered as the greatest warrior of our kind. I always wanted to be just like him, to be strong, honorable, protect our traditions. But Limit, she saved so many from their suffering. Us dwarves might not even be here today if she hadn't cured Stoneblight. And he took away her home, forever. It's hard to see that as anything other than cruel. Tradition is important, but it's not the only important thing. Kindness, empathy, love. This world and the living, breathing people in it, they matter more. That's what I learned from all the folks who I shared drinks with. From Lamit, and from you. And I intend to keep learning, here, in this city, with my face plain for all to see, and my head held high. So you know where to find me next time you want to share a drink. I know our job is done, but you'll always have a place at my side, you hear? Woo! Well, now that we've finished all those quests, we can do the little epilogue quest. Let's see. Actually, I did that pretty quick. There we go. Well, if it isn't the great hunter herself. As if you don't know, all four of the cardinal virtues laid low, all with your help. You're the talk of the stairs, Dwarshe. When the night returned to Lakeland, we knew in our hearts that change was on the horizon. But never did I dare hope that you might help rid us of those terrible fiends. You've surpassed my wildest expectations. Hehehe. Not mine, Glenard. When I first laid eyes on her, I had an inkling that she was the hero we'd been waiting to come along. Ha! Easy to claim after the fact. If you'd indulge me, though, I would love to hear you tell how it all played out. The hunting of the virtues, that is. My word, there's so much more to it than I realized. And there I thought you'd only had to track down the bloody things. Gods, though, the things you learned about the Warriors of Light. So many secrets and details lost over time. And for all their hard work and sacrifice, they somehow brought about the flood. I can't say I understand it at all, but it's a bloody tragedy, it is. We should gather the others and toast their memories. Heroes of Eld, brave and true, to be remembered forevermore. Now, I'll thank you not to let your bleeding heart drive you to offer up a fortnight's stock of spirits. Attend to your other customers and let me speak with the hero here and now. The hero of here and now. Whatever would I do without your good sense and wisdom? Very well, I'll leave you to entertain her. But don't think we won't be having that drink someday. Dwarshe, I must thank you for sharing with us such incredible tales. 'Tis only right that I repay you in kind. With the ending, that is. With the story of the true villain who towers above the virtues, the devil more deserving of death than any that yet linger in this world. If your curiosity has been piqued, then meet me atop the balcony overlooking the crystalline mean. I will be waiting there until you do. I know we've just accepted the quest, but I really need a little bio break, so I will be back in like 2 minutes. See you alone. Hello, I am back. Let's keep going. Thank you. Did you miss me? Aw, I'm glad. Hello. You came, as I knew you would. Never met a mystery you could leave well enough alone, or a demon that you could let live, am I right? And this demon is undeniably deserving of death. Make no mistake, to cut them down would be just and proper, the act of a goodly person, and that is just what you are. I can see that. No need to grow impatient or be offended, my friend. But before you pass judgment on this villain, you need first understand their part in everything. Who they were to the fallen warriors of light, for instance. Of course, right about now you must be wondering how I know what I know. What a tavern wench of all people has got to do with any of it. Let me tell you then, I am the one who brought together the virtue hunters. I am the one who marked you as a potential ally to them and bade you join them in their quests. I alone knew what had to be done, and what sort of sinner would be needed to see this tale of tragedy and betrayal brought to an end. But come, we have many moms ahead of us still. To Calusia and the Codger's Crook. I will go on ahead and wait for you there. She's an interesting lady. You are accustomed to life on the road, I see, as am I. Do you recognize this place? I thought you might. Here's where it began, where Artbird first met Lamit. Still young and lacking in experience, but possessed of so much potential. Heroes in the making. Even then, the keen-eyed could see. They would only fulfill that promise much later, though, after joining with our other dear companions, Brandon and Brenda Ray. And one other, an elven woman, not half bad with a sword. Ah, but perhaps you are already asking the question, who? There were 5 warriors of light in all, but she would make 6. Indeed, after adding in Nilbert, there does seem to be 1 too many. But believe me when I say there was indeed a 6th adventurer lost to history, and her name was Silva. Though I doubt I need to convince you of this truth. When you walked in the Virtue's memories, you saw her time and time again, did you not? Then you saw the true villain, the traitor responsible for all their woes. Let us continue the story elsewhere, to Amareng and the Fields of Amber. Nice and sandstormy. You saw the true villain's face in their memories, and I told you her name in Calusia. But what were her crimes, you ask? Hearken to my tale and you will learn. Silva had joined the others before they first met Nilbert. After their party of 5 came to this place, they took on a commission to slay a powerful beast that had taken up residence in the mines. Said beast was believed to be the instigator of ever more terrible tremors, and so time was of the essence. But during their hurried search, they crossed paths with their future companion, then a competitor aiming to usurp their prize. After another tremor triggered by the beast trapped them all underground, they had no choice but to work together to lay it low. But to their dismay, even after its death, the earth continued to shudder violently. As the adventurers looked to each other in confusion, Nilbert strode towards the beast's body and grabbed hold of a curious stone, a stone brimming with untold ether that he had sought out that he might harness its potential to rescue a loved one lost to the rift. But so powerful was the stone that it warped the flow of the life stream. Its very existence was a threat. And so, when faced with a choice between one life and countless others, Nilbert wept and shattered the stone. He had held his comrade's salvation in his hand and cast it aside for the greater good. For his sacrifice, he was judged a hero, and in that instant, a warrior of light was born. In life, Nilbert was a pragmatic figure whose wisdom and sagacity were admired by all. Little wonder that in death he would retain his virtue. But as Nielbert mourned the friend he forever lost, the betrayer Silva looked on in silent contentment, for they had taken the first step on their path towards becoming heroes brave and true. His sacrifice had sparked the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. What ritual, you may wonder? Fear not, all will become clear in time. Come with me to Raktika, to the city of swamps. We must retrace the steps as they were taken to understand the depths of her treachery. This is a lot. It is really good, right? Oh, I love it so much. Oh, it's such a reward for going through all the missions. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. This place too is familiar to you, no? From days recent and long since past. After the events in Amareng, Ardbert and his companions grew in fame, spurring others to entreat their aid. The adventurers sought out greater and greater challenges, and in pursuit of another they came to Raktika. While here, the hunter Renare learned that the notorious mark Balam Quits was near, and so, under cover of darkness, she slipped away from the others to slay the beast by herself. Like Nielbert before, of course, you already know what her motive was. Balam Quits had robbed her of her fellow hunters. Only vengeance would redress the balance. Moreover, she would not dare risk the lives of her new comrades, so terrified was she of the mere possibility that she might have to relive that terrible day, and so she faced Balam Quits alone, and would surely have died for it, had Ardbert and the others not arrived in time to help. Like Nielbert before, of course, you already know what happened next. For her love, her conviction, and her resolve, she was chosen by Hydaelyn. And from that day forward, Renare swore to never again betray her comrades' trust, to share with them the triumphs and the tragedies, to relinquish the freedom she had once held in the highest. The bravest, most courageous hunter that ever was. That moment would define what she became in life and in death. Her sacrifice would hasten the transformation. It was fuel for the ritual to come. The betrayer Silva looked on, yet more satisfied. They were oblivious to her machinations, unaware that they were dancing to her tune. Their journeys continued, and so must ours, to Ilmek and the Aegea. Ah yes, my favorite area. Oh, it's so pretty at night. I love it. Or early in the morning. Would your Fae self enjoy living here? It's pretty nice. Maybe you can even live in the palace with Titania. No, Fuka. As beautiful now as it was then. You saw it too, would you not agree? With the death of Balamquitz, the legend of Artbert and his comrades had grown larger than ever. Thus emboldened, they came to the kingdom of Verbert. Verbert had long been troubled by what some had dubbed a magical plague, innocents found transformed into misshapen fiends that the kingdom's knights had no choice but to put down ere the contagion spread. Brandon had been one such knight. In his youth he had served the Princess Saldia faithfully, only to be cast out for a single mistake. Thus did he take to the road where he met Artbert and the others. Having grown stronger and wiser and more respected, Brandon felt it was time to return and redeem himself, and with the aid of his comrades he did just that. Tadric, the court mage, was unmasked as the mastermind of Verbert's misery, and by a disgraced knight's blade was he brought to justice. But with his dying breath, Tadric cursed the Princess Saldia, sentencing her to a fate worse than death. At her behest did he raise up his blade, and for the sake of the kingdom, strike down his liege lady. With that single stroke he forever changed, though nearly not in the way that was necessary. He stood at the precipice and almost forsook his compassion for unflinching judgment, but mercifully turned aside at the last. Thus did he find and embrace true justice, that which weighs law and heart together and strives for the greater good. 'Tis a long, difficult road from which many stray, settling for simpler moralities. But I would expect no less of the man who became Dicaiosine. His sacrifice would strengthen a transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. As her companions grew ever more powerful, so too did the betrayer Silva. Bit by bit, they brought her closer to her goal. But it was not yet finished. To Calusia they returned, and so must we. Tomra and the next chapter of our tale await. I just look in the shout chat from when we were in Raktika, and someone just is spamming Lahi in all caps. What a mood. Hell yeah. Slowly but surely the adventurers were fulfilling their potential. Word of their deeds in Verbud spread like wildfire, and their legend grew ever larger. But for all their success, the fledgling heroes would be forced to endure more hardship and welcome more sacrifice. They pressed deeper into the depths of Raktika, towards ancient Ronka. 'Twas there that the dwarf Lamit came to a crossroads, for in claiming the magic she desperately desired, she would be forced to renounce something equally precious. Dwarves are a reclusive lot, wont to withdraw from the outside world that their many traditions might be preserved in isolation. When the stone blight began to spread, they chose to lock away the afflicted and refused to seek outside help. But Lamit would not abide this. She vowed to save her ailing kin, her sister among them, even if it meant violating dwarven law. With her newfound powers she returned and cured the sick, and for this she was banished by the Council of Elders. This came as no surprise, for she had made peace with it long before. When she stood in that ancient ruin and called upon forgotten guardians to grant her forbidden knowledge, she knew then what the price would be. She had weighed her traditions and identity against the lives of those she loved and made her choice, though it pained her terribly and in ways only a dwarf could understand. And Heidelin, it would seem. Through hardship and sacrifice was a new warrior of light forged, a healer that knew more than any the value of a life, and would do anything to see it preserved, even in death. Her sacrifice would nearly complete the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come, very soon then, very soon. For Artbert and his comrades had stumbled upon evidence of the larger design, threads linking together the disparate troubles of the realm. A name spoken only in whispers, the Shadowkeeper, a singular force sowing chaos and discord through Norvrend to an unknown end. If the Warriors of Light truly wished to save their world, then they would need to confront this villain amongst villains. And at the end of their exhaustive search, at the end of their struggle, who do you think they found waiting to welcome them with open arms? The answer to that awaits us in Lakeland, our final destination. The villain yet walks among us, Duache, unknown and unpunished. Go on ahead and wait for me at Laxon Loft. There are preparations to which I must first attend. Oh boy, here we go. I need some tea. Ooh, I'm glad. At least this time it came through. Damn you, Silva. We were comrades in arms, friends. That we were and that we are. Everything I said, everything I felt, it was all true. You mean the world to me. You're the bloody Shadow Keeper. What in the hells was this for? For you, for every one of you, to forge you into heroes worthy of her blessing, that she might choose you as her champions. A ruthless mage consumed by the pursuit of power to save his friend no matter the cost, by his sacrifice a warrior born. A mournful hunter scarred by tragedy, resolved never again to trust in others, by her sacrifice a warrior born. A disgraced knight who yearned to steal his heart in justice's name, by his sacrifice a warrior born. A troubled healer torn between tradition and love, by her sacrifice a warrior born. And their leader, an adventurer with a heart overflowing with love for his dearest comrades, who must now bring his axe to bear against his own. By his sacrifice a warrior born. I am the villain you seek, the keeper of shadows from a world shrouded in dark. By our struggle will this world be shattered and its soul saved. Silva! Saw it all, did you? I thought you might. Mother's gift has a knack for showing us exactly what we need to see. If not what we want to, or when. They knew me as Silva, but my real name, it doesn't matter. Like you, I am not of this world. I crossed the rift and came to the first. My home, the 13th, fell to dark in a calamity that mirrored the one which nearly claimed this world. I was one of several heroes who failed to save it. The boy, Unokalai. I have glimpsed him in your memories. He was a friend. Like him, I heeded the words of the Asians, and, that I might redress the balance, I chose to come here and hasten a rejoining of worlds. Oh, yeah, Unokalai is from another raid series. He pretty much says the same. He was from the 13th and was brought here by the Asians to the source. A shard subsumed by dark demands a mirror of blinding light. Primordial forces would strive to achieve equilibrium. But there was a solution, a single solution, I believed. Were a flood of light to consume this shard in its entirety, it would be of no use. The Asians made it clear it must be brought to the brink, but no further. The task was difficult, but the plan simple. Souls predisposed to light, fledgling heroes in the making. I would bring together Artward and his comrades and groom them for a higher purpose. I would play the part of comrade and guide their course, all the while laboring in secret to pit stronger and stronger enemies against them, until finally, once they were warriors of light, brave and true, I would reveal myself as a warrior of darkness and extinguish their radiance forever. Thus would this world be primed for a rejoining, and the source for a calamity. The Asians, who called themselves Mitron and Logrif, were confident it would succeed, and indeed, Ardbert and the others rose to the occasion, as I knew they would. It was not to be. I had misjudged Ardbert. His comrades before him had made their sacrifices in turn, and as their mirror I had grown stronger for it. Had he but embraced his role and struck me down, victory would have been mine. But Ardbert, dear Ardbert, would not forsake his heart. In the end, he chose mercy. He chose love, and I was undone. Blah! I'm getting choked up! The rest you know. He sought out Mitron and Logrif and granted them what he refused me. They accomplished everything they set out to achieve, and then the flood came and washed it away. In the wake of my betrayal, I would look on from the shadows and reflect on my many sins as all fell to ruin. Denied death, then and now, and perhaps ever after, as a fragment of my essence endures. But then, one day years ago, my fallen comrades rose again as the cardinal virtues. It coincided with the arrival of the first scions, I later realized, a defense against the forces being marshaled to undo my failure. I can but assume the Asians planted the idea in Valtry's head. They were his creations, after all. And with their grace in Yulmoran territory, it was doubtless a simple matter to have their bodies exhumed and prepared. Oh. Who am I to speak, you may think, when I say this, but when I saw these abominations he had wrought in their image, I was filled with such despair, such anger. I cannot unwrite the past. My soul is stained with blackest sin, and I will not pretend that it can ever be otherwise. But this act, this I could not ignore. If the Asians were going to such lengths, then surely others would cross the rift in due time, and so I hatched a plan. I would assume the guise of Ciela, and as her take up residence in the Crystarium, where I would take measures to bring together the most ambitious of adventurers, individuals driven by more than mere coin, virtue hunters. That way, when the enemy the Asians feared more than any came to the first, the stage would be set. They would join in the hunter's quest, and together unmake Valtry's simulacra and lay their souls to rest once more. And so you did, Dwashe. The virtues are no more. But the one ultimately responsible for their creation, the devil who set them on their doomed path, lingers still. You know all there is to know of the heroes who saved this world. The truth I kept hidden in the shadow is yours, and there are no more secrets to share. And so I asked you now to grant me that which Ardbert could not, death. You still have a duty to others. No, don't do this. Don't you spare me like he did. How can you stand there and say I deserve to live, knowing everything I did, the lives I destroyed, the chaos I wrought? The wardens pale in comparison. Surely there is no greater villain than the Shadow Keeper. Death is no comfort to the living. 'Twould be for my own benefit, that I cannot deny. And if I am to indulge in one final act of selfishness, you'll make me do it myself, won't you? Make me confront the cowardice of it, the ugly truth that I'd rather run away than try to seek atonement. Perhaps I may yet find purpose in preserving my comrades' legacy, in helping others to understand the sacrifices that made them true heroes. For now, I shall return to the Crystarium and continue to assist Glenard, while spreading the forgotten tales of the Warriors of Light. You would have been good friends, you and Ardbert, in another life. Maybe you and I as well. I know. Oh man. Wait, why am I flying? I'm lazy teleporting. I tell you, I am not at all accustomed to wearing armor any longer. Simply moving about in it is enough to tax my strength. And fighting? Ugh. Any one of Captain Lena's recruits could probably put me flat on my back. Oh yeah, it really is. I really like that. Fortunately, I needn't rely on my sword to spread the truth of my fallen comrades' deeds. Only words and the passage of time will see their legacy redeemed in the eyes of the people. Thank you for accompanying me on my journey of remembrance, Dwache. May your deeds ever be remembered and celebrated, as all heroes deserve. Oh, is there another quest? I did this very quickly last time. If it isn't Dwache, loitering about the stairs just like any old day. And here I was worried that you'd gone back to your world for good, and I was too late. It's just that I've been thinking about the crystals belonging to the Warriors of Light. I heard they ended up with you... Oh wait, maybe let's not do this one. I don't want to spoil stuff coming up in the next patches. Get rid of it. I was like, oh wait, shit. This is probably gonna spoil a lot of stuff. Well... How are you feeling? Do you think that was enough for today, or do you want to do half an hour starting on patch 5.1? Either way is fine with me. Yeah, I think so too. Nice and rounded off. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was worth the diversion from the story. I really loved the side stories. Yeah, good stream. I love it. Next stream probably gonna be Monday again. We're gonna take it squeezy. So, thank you for being here. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, goodbye!